Today we're going to be making our spooky spider Halloween arrangement. You're going to be given some daisy or button mums and 2 carnations. The tools we're going to need are some Oasis floral glue, 4 pieces of Chanel stem cut in half, a floral knife, a third of brick of foam, and some scissors. Also, we're going to need some clear cellophane. Now we're going to fit our foam for our container. So I do this by gently pressing down on the container to kind of get an idea where I need to trim. I'm going to put the cellophane between the foam and the container to make sure that no water leaks through since this is a paper container. I don't want to see any mechanics, so I need to trim the cellophane as close to the container as possible without damaging the foam or the container. Now I'm going to bevel my edges. This creates more surface area for me to place my flowers. Now it's time to start adding our flowers. I'm going to go in and add flowers at a clock motion. So I'm going to start at 12 and then place a flower at 6. Then I'm going to place a flower at 3. And then again at 9. Now the flowers need to be resting on the lip of the container. So you're only going to want to cut your stems about 2 inches to 1.5 inches long. Now I just gently go in between each of the mums that I priorly set. It's important that we don't smother the flowers. We just want to give them a little gentle kiss with the other petals. So once I've already went in between, I still see that I have a few holes where I can see foam. Again, I don't want to see any mechanics. So if you can make a flower fit, put it there. Now I'm going to add my carnations. It's really important that we fluff out and pet our carnations so that way they're nice and fluffy for our arrangement. They're going to go directly in the center to form the body of the spider. Here I have a node that's in my way. If I was to push this node into the foam, it's going to create a big hole in my foam. So I need to make sure that I shave it down so my stem stays in place. Now I'm going to go in and start adding a little bit of mums around around the carnations to start kind of making it look more rounded. That stem broke, so I have to enter another one. Remember, if you do have a stem that breaks, take it out, replace it with one, and put it in a new hole. Now we're ready to do our legs of the spider. You're going to cut your Chanel stems in half, so you should have 8 total pieces. Remember, spiders have 8 legs. We're going to use cold glue to add our legs in place. So a little bit goes a long way. Just put a little dab of glue, give it a few little blows because that stuff sticks a whole lot better when it's tacky. And then stick it where you want it. Now it's time to do the other side. Now we have it. We got a spider with some legs. Now it's time to fill in our gaps. I noticed that we still have a few holes where I didn't quite have enough flowers on my stems to fill in and hide my foam. So now I'm going to add a little Spanish moss. You can do this by taking a little bit of Spanish moss and sticking it in where you have gaps. You can't just stick the moss in and expect it to stay. You're going to need to pin it down with some wire. You do this by trimming about a 2-inch piece of wire and hair pinning it down like a bobby pin. And then sticking it into the foam. Make sure to fluff the moss around it so we don't see where the wire is actually holding the moss. Now you just go around, trim your moss up, make it nice and neat, and there you have it. You have a spooky Halloween spider. You can also add little googly eyes with the Oasis glue to give it that cool effect.